everybody. I'm Sandy.
And I'm Debbie.
We're from the Normal Paranormal Group. And today we're going to talk about
phone calls or messages from our loved ones.
Yeah, the other side, you know?
I mean, we always talked about, have you got a phone call? And a lot of people say, yeah, from someone who died. Or someone who had their phone in the coffin with them, you know, and many people have gotten text messages. Well, one day, not that many days ago, right?
Yeah, about a week ago.
Yep, strange thing happened for Sandy and me. Other than we did have a couple times where my phone and her phone would ring, and I would say, you called me? And she said, no, you called me. And we said, no, I didn't call you. And she'd say, no, I didn't call you. Well, weird things like that. Well, the strangest thing one day, Sandy was...
I was sitting down and I had my phone on my lap. And all of a sudden, I'm looking around because I hear a woman's voice. I'm like, whose voice is that? And it sounded like Rose. I'm like, where's that coming from? And I looked down. And then all of a sudden I noticed, it was early in the morning now, and I'm like, it was Rose. It was the video that she made before she died. I think she made this in October, I think it was.
Well, nonetheless, hours later, you know, we didn't know about this.
And this was 2020.
And the video was made.
The was in 2020. That was her last video.
Okay. This just happened to us a week ago in 2026.
Right.
All right. So I'm sitting there with my dog, and I'm hearing a voice talking. I said, what is that? And then I pick up my phone, and the same identical thing
happened to her that happened to me. Mine's in the morning. Hers was in the evening.
Here is the video. Yes, we did.
Go to the basement where he had his privacy, where he'll get down there and make fishing sinkers, drink his beer, listen to music, and just talk. Well, I was 15 years old when we sitting in front of the basement, and my father was sitting there making his fishing sinkers and talking to me and playing music. Well, I looked over at him, and he said, one day you're going to learn how to do this. I said, okay. He said, watch me. So I was sitting there watching him. And in the front of the basement, on one side, we had the whole basement lit up. But there was another side where the furnace was. That place was dark, pitch dark, where you couldn't see nothing. My dad and I were sitting there, and he was making sinkers and talking to me. When he happened to look up, his eyes got the biggest quarters. Let me tell you, I have never seen my dad turn white as a ghost, and his eyes got huge.
You can relate. A lot of people can relate to this.
Because he dropped his can of beer. He just dropped it. And I said, oh my God, he had a stroke or something. And I asked him if he was okay. And he kept staring over where the furnace is. In the corner of that basement. On the block wall. Well, we was looking. And I looked at him and looked over the block wall. And you would never believe. Let me tell you. There are demons everywhere. I stood there and watched it. Something big and black with red beady eyes come out of that wall. It just scared the heck out of me. My dad, he said, let's ease off, let's just back up and just leave. But there was something standing there, it was solid black, and its eyes were red as fire. I mean, I don't know what it was something enough to scare my father where we would never turn off the lights. Every light in the house was on. At nighttime in the basement, we was not allowed to go down there after dark.
Nope, we weren't.
Nope.
We had to watch phones and had to wait till tomorrow.
That's right.
The next day. And everything, you know, but there are demons because I seen one.
Nope.
It was there.
You don't want to see one.
On the wall, on a concrete block wall.
Well, thank you, Rose.
And I was really reluctant to tell this story.
We just wanted to share what Rose sent us both
The same day.
the same
the
day.
same way she did it. It's like the phones. They started talking, and we were looking around. I mean, I'm at my house. Debbie's at her house, and I didn't tell Debbie about it. Was because I get up extra early in the morning, like 5 in the morning, things like that. And all of a sudden, I have my phone, and all of a sudden, like I said, once again that I heard this voice. And I'm like, what is that? And when I looked down and I seen the video of Rose, that's why I had to post it on the group. I think she wanted me to post it. And I didn't say nothing to Debbie about it until later on, you know, when I was talking to her. I said, yeah, I posted it on the group. And then she says the same thing happened to her.
Yeah, I was shocked. I mean, what are the odds? And what was the message was Rose sending us? Is it about demons? I don't know. But hey, she's on film with us telling her story. And it's a true story that happened in our haunted house. So, whatever you think, maybe you might have an idea. You could let us know what you think.
For one thing, you might not believe in this stuff, or you was like, oh yeah, it's fabricated or whatever. But because you didn't see it doesn't mean it didn't happen. We know it happened because it happened to all of us.
Yes, we
We experienced this firsthand. This is not some made-up story that we just came up with. Rose experienced her part of the story, and we told her our side of the story.
This is out of the 60s, 1960s, 1970s somewhere, and this stuff you could not talk about.
Nobody will think you're nuts.
Nope, I tried, and I got laughed at and said I was crazy, and I told my mother. She goes, you can't tell people. And my father, the same way. He said when he was growing up, and he was born in 1925, and he said no one talked about that. No one. Otherwise they were sent to a crazy house or given medication, whatever. So.
But that's why we want you to share your stories, because this place is a safe place to tell your stories, because we believe. That's why we said no bullying, no swearing, no, you know, making fun of somebody and saying that you're on drugs or there's something wrong with you, because there isn't. Because once again, I'll elaborate, because if you didn't experience it, doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Yes.
A lot of people could relate to stories.
And remember, we have your back.
That's right. We will always have your
We
back.
believe, and we try to keep an open mind, and we don't believe every little thing we see, because some of it you can't say, no, that's not real, because what this AI stuff now.
Yeah, especially with AI out there.
Especially with the AI.
Anybody could make anything.
Which
today.
makes it harder for people like us to show you things, because right away,
people will say it's AI.
yeah.
Right.
So please videotape something, send us a message on things that might have occurred to you, paranormal experiences. So in the meantime, I'm Debbie.
And I'm Sandy.
And we're from the Normal
Paranormal
Paranormal Group.
Until next time. Bye for now.
Bye.